Hey everybody, welcome to an all-new episode of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian.
How you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's February and it's 70 degrees out.
Right? It's
Too
so
bad it's
nice
not
and
game
warm.
day today.
I know today would have been such a good
Oh my
day.
goodness. No, we're going to be freezing our butts off at the game, but it's all good.
Hey, it's season time now.
Yes.
And that's the exciting part because the
Super
Union are
excited.
back on Saturday. So I know you guys listening are all probably going to be listening to this on Friday. So you're getting all ready too. So on today's show, we got a few things. We're going to review the season ticket member meet and greet that was on
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday.
Yep.
And then we're going to do our predictions for 2023. We've got a couple of them. And just kind of a little bit of a quick preview for Saturday, what kind of is in store. And, maybe talk a little bit about what to expect from the pod moot as we
Mm-hmm.
enter the season. But before we get started, what are we wearing today?
All right. Well, I thought it was appropriate to wear the new kit. All right.
Yes.
So I got the new kit and just arrived today, our new Sons of Ben scarves.
Yes. And I'm wearing the Sons of Ben scarves, and I'm wearing the kit for this year too. So we got the Union kits on for the 2023 season, which is appropriate. So,
Yes. We just found out that they're wearing the new kit on Saturday for the opener.
which is awesome. And before we go through our socials, what did you think of the hype video?
Um, I thought it was awesome. First of all, Mark Zumoff doing the narration was chef's kiss.
It
Okay.
was
That was great. Last year's hype video was pretty awesome. I loved every second of that one. This year did not disappoint whatsoever
nope.
either. And it just got me more excited. I was, at work on my lunch break and I'm, watching that and I'm just like, come on, let it be Saturday already. Getting so
Right.
hyped.
And yeah, I thought the quality was crisp, the really good production
Mm-hmm.
quality overall, and also just the story it shared. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I can't be more hyped. And so if you haven't watched it yet, it's on the Union's Twitter and Facebook already. Go out and check it out. It'll get you hyped for the season.
Yeah, between that and the Union Way that I watched last
Mm-hmm.
night,
That's also a good one.
that was really good. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out.
Yep, and that's on YouTube. So
Mm-hmm.
before we get started with the show, make sure you follow us. Again, we are on Twitter at TOTWAG. That's the One Team We Agree On. And then we're on Facebook and Instagram at the One Team We Agree On, all one word. So let's dive into it. So on Tuesday, we went down to the live
Mm-hmm.
casino right outside, right next to Citizens Bank Park.
Yep.
And they had a team meet and greet. Yeah, and it was nice. Fun story there. They apparently turned away 2,000 season ticket members from a
Jeez.
couple discussions we saw, but it was nice. I mean, we got there right at
Right at six.
6,
Yeah.
and there was already a long line.
Yeah. Although not quite as long as it got. Like we actually were lucky we got there when we did because it
Right.
filled up quick.
Yeah, because I know I was talking to some people, and they got there at 6:15. They were all the way in the back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I thought, we spent about what, an hour. Luckily, our buddy Ricky and his girlfriend showed up, and we spent a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
chatting with them.
Yeah.
And then, I just felt like we finally got
Mm-hmm.
in, and then we got checked in. I'm like, all right, let's get started. And then you had to wait in another line.
Yep. We were waiting in line then go wait in a line.
And then we got into the room and we
Mm-hmm.
waited in another line.
Yeah. So it was a lot of lines, although we had some interesting things happen while we were in line. While we're in the parking garage, we see Jim Curtin roll in
With his
with his
minivan.
minivan. I mean, one of us, I'll tell you what,
Yep.
love it. And then we're in line, inside and we see, Bruo come out, he just had,
Go to bed.
he just had to go to the bathroom but it's like, hey, and so that was cool. But yeah, we just passed the time just chatting the whole time, but yeah, I mean, it was a long line,
It
but
was a long line. We got in
yeah,
there, and
yeah.
then when we finally got, I thought once you got into the actual like where you got to meet the team, it went by fairly quick.
That part did well, especially because okay, by the time we got there, they just started telling people, one item per person can
Yeah.
get signed and no photos. You can do like action shots while they're like signing, do stuff kind of like as a drive-by sort of, but like not going and like posing and doing all kinds of pictures and stuff. Of course they start doing that, when we finally get there, but I did manage to get a picture with Kai and Leon. They're the first ones because, at the open practice back in October,
Yeah.
Kai was the one person I didn't get an autograph from or picture with, and I was really bummed. I just missed him, as they were doing that. So mission accomplished.
Mhm.
And that was good. We got to go around and, see all the players and got one of my season ticket member scarf from last year signed, which is now hanging in my classroom along with all my other Union stuff that I display. So that was good.
I mean, I had a
Yeah.
great time.
Mm-hmm.
I think overall, the thing that I loved was the fact that I got to have a really nice chat
Mm-hmm.
with Nelson Pierre, who just
Yes, we got
signed
to
that
chat with him.
day.
Yeah.
He's from Lebanon. I grew up in Harrisburg. So, we were joking about
We're like, hey,
717.
717 represent. And he appreciated that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he started
Yeah.
opening up, and then I
Mm-hmm.
had that nice conversation with Damian Lowe
Yeah.
about his time in Ray, and he really opened up, explained like I'm just expecting him to be like, hey, yeah, it was good, we had a fun
Mm-hmm.
time, yeah, I liked Reading or something like that, and he goes into like basically his entire career, how he got called up to Jamaica, it was like
Mm-hmm.
wow, and and then we got to, I guess that was like the last table was Danny,
Yeah.
Gazjog, Elliot, and Uwa.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, like, I sit down, we're sitting there, and then we tell Jack and Danny that we, interviewed his buddy Stu Finley, and they just opened up and they're like, really? No way. And they're
Yeah.
like laughing, and, it was really cool to see,
Mm-hmm.
but like, oh, that was really awesome,
Mm-hmm. You talked to Joe Bendick.
and I did talk to Joe Bendick, and I learned that there is a trading card out there that has him when I guess he was with Orlando or somebody, that they accidentally put him in like a Chicago fire kit or something. He was like sharing that story about how that
Mm-hmm.
all happened, and
Yeah.
so I found that funny. Just it was some good stories, and
Mm-hmm.
you had a good conversation with Andre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was talking to Andre, and saying, talking about his restaurant quick, and said, I'm a foods teacher, and all that. So I was like, hey, respect for that and definitely want to try that if we ever go to Jamaica. So yeah, I want to know what a secret is to, a good jerk chicken though, to be honest,
Yeah.
because his menu looks fantastic down there. So just saying.
Yeah, and I thought overall it was fun. It
Mm-hmm.
was worth the trip down. I thought that maybe, and I think Billy brought this up when we saw our buddy Billy at the end. That the Union are getting way, they don't understand how big this
Yeah, I
club
don't feel
is.
like they realized just how many people were gonna want to
Yeah,
show
like
up there.
4,000 people, like that venue was way too small.
Yeah.
So maybe like a bigger venue,
Mm-hmm.
or even do like, hey, you guys sign up for this block. I mean,
Yeah.
something where you could maybe have a little bit more time interacting with the players. I mean, they were
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
even with that.
Yeah. I mean, for them too, it's like, thank you to the team for doing that because I
Yeah.
mean, they're like signing and meeting, greeting for like 3 hours straight there.
Yeah, and they stayed a little after, some of the
Mm-hmm.
players stayed after, and made sure everybody got signed. So that's a testament to the culture, the appreciation of the players to
Yeah.
do that.
And Jim
So,
was walking around like, especially he was going around, people in line and everything, apparently,
yeah.
and signing stuff for fans, and and talking. So like, I thought that was cool.
No, so that was a season ticket member meet and greet. And like I said, it was an overall beautiful time, given the long lines.
Yeah.
So, all right, so let's move into our preview portion of the show,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna have some fun with this. So, because like you kept saying when I was like, we're gonna do a preview show, you're like, I'm a little nervous about the preview show. So
Because I'm not as
you're not,
knowledgeable about soccer as Kyle is.
and I'm not, and trust me, there probably about 80% of the community is probably more
Me, I'm gonna
knowledgeable
be
than,
like, Union's gonna win. Union's
yeah,
gonna
but
win.
I'm
Yeah.
not, you're not the one that's on like FB Ref and like all these
Yeah.
like data sites and all that, and like pulling up data going, oh my gosh, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we're gonna have some fun here today. So I'm going to share this probably either tomorrow or Saturday prior to match, but we're going to pull up the schedule and look at the schedule for 2023. And there's a lot of games, and now with the new,
Mm-hmm.
and we won't talk about it too much because we both are like, it's not the greatest new playoff format. There could be up to 60 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's and Jim really kind of at the presser was kind of like, yeah, like to find out this, or like
Mm-hmm.
he kind of didn't hold back. I think Jonathan Tannenwald had like the full quote, but it was interesting. Anyway, so looking at the schedule, there, I think, there's something like 20, like right off the bat, we got this CCL. In May, we start the U.S. Open Cup, and then we have leagues play. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that front half of the schedule is so loaded. I mean, there's a
Mm-hmm.
part we could still be, if we make it to the finals, we're in the CCL, we're in the U.S. Open Cup quarterfinals,
Mm-hmm.
and then you know, right after that, there's a little like a month, and then we go right into the Leagues Cup,
Yeah.
and then we bounce right back with the U.S. Cup semis. So I mean, really doesn't slow down till that towards the end of the year. So I think my prediction is if the Union truly are going to prioritize, they're going to go for the CCL, obviously, because that has, more prestige, and
Mm-hmm.
also more of, you get to go to the Club World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I think the MLS Cup is the priority. I think those are the two top
Mm-hmm.
priorities. And then, let the chips roll where they can with the US Open Cup. And,
Right.
if we're going to roll at the League's Cup, so be it. My thought is this: I think early in the season, it might not be the hottest of starts. And I know people say, well, historically, the Union are, slow starts. Well,
I think of last year. Remember that?
they
And
were
all
red
the,
hot.
yeah, I mean,
I mean, I look
yeah.
at it this way. So I pulled like the first 10, last
Yeah.
3 seasons, the first 10 matches. Every one of them, they had 5 wins in the
Mm-hmm.
first 10 games. So I'm not saying we're going to come out the gate blazing, obviously, with CCL, but I do think we're going to prioritize some of these tournaments if we're truly going for them over leagues play. Now, does that mean, there might be a stretch where we're losing and drawing? Yeah, could very well be. And early on, we could be sitting down towards like on the playoff line and then hoping to make a push like we did in 2021
Mm-hmm.
to get back up and get that favorable seed. I think that's what we're going to see. I mean, my prediction for points anyway, when I put it all together. Now, initially, when I did my first draft, I had us at like 60 points
Mm-hmm.
or like 58. Then I went back and looked and just how this all shakes out. And I think 54 points is a good number. I think that kind of puts us there in that getting that first round, with the new thing. We'll get 2 home matches. And then with the reseeding, the higher seeds, let
Mm-hmm.
the chips fall where they may, maybe some upsets on the higher teams. We get a good draw going into,
Mm-hmm.
MLS. What does that mean for the MLS Cup? It might mean we have to go on the road again. But again, this is a very conservative
Mm-hmm.
approach. I mean, I think there's a little higher. I think it could be lower. It depends on where we're at. But what do you think?
I mean, I could see us having possibly a stretch at some, like how we had all those draws for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could see something like that happening, early on or, at some point earlier in the season. But let's hope we get hot at the right time, for sure.
Right.
But, honestly, I feel like a W on Saturday. I do.
I don't. I've made the habit of not making a prediction. I have my predictions on there, but yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, I mean, at worst, I think a draw, but I feel like I'm just really, really optimistic. Number one, I need to be optimistic about something because my soul's still crushed from the
Yes.
3 championships. So I need something to be optimistic about. Okay. Call me Pollyanna or whatever. I don't care. I'm just like, yay, we're gonna win. Yay. But no,
Hey, I love that
because
attitude.
you remember like not even 2 weeks ago, how I basically
Yeah.
was dead inside when the Eagles lost the Super Bowl. So I'm trying to get super, just say I'm optimistic. I am. I mean, that's my take on it. As far as like the upcoming games and everything, I feel like definitely we're gonna win more of them than, you know, lose or, even draw. I think we're gonna I don't know, I think we're set up better than we were at the beginning of last year. Like our, top three, they've played together a lot now. I think
Yeah.
there's not as much of a learning curve there with like playing with each other. The fact that we're returning all these guys and from what they, did in preseason, it just feels like they're clicking. But again, that's all how teams match up and, you know,
It is.
any
It
given
is.
day. But, we have
It,
reason to be optimistic of at
we
least,
do. And this is probably, and I think it was when we were with Matt, this is probably one of our deepest teams we've had. Yeah, we're a little thin on at forward, but I think if we get creative,
mm-hmm,
and look, at the end of the day, if we need to, Ernst can go out and get somebody. But
mm-hmm.
I guess this brings in my question: do we need to win a cup? And I'm not saying we're going to win like the U.S. Open Cup or the Leagues Cup. I'm saying, do we need to
No.
win like the Shield? Do we need to win the CCL? Do we need to win the MLS Cup this year for it to be a success?
I think we need to win at at least one of the CCL or the Shield or the Cup because and for me like I think more than I want the Cup more than I think after last year. I feel like we've just been taking it a step further each year.
Yeah, I'm there with you. The only caveat I will say is this: if we truly go for it,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say we get into this weird thing where we go to like final of the cup again,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know, and we go to the final of the CCL, and then somehow we pull off the leagues and US Open Cup, and we win those two, and
Mm-hmm.
we're at the finals of the other two, and maybe it just doesn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
I could say that was okay. Would I be disappointed? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that would be like the bare minimum. We
Mm-hmm.
have to have some sort of trophy,
Yeah.
even for me to be like, yeah, I'm very disappointed. This was not the greatest season, but at least we got this.
Right.
We have to have something. So that was my first thing, and then let's go into predictions. So, who's your projected top scorer this year for the Union?
Um Honestly, I want to say God's dog. But I feel like it could really break out.
He could,
But
and
also Carranza. I
he could.
I think Carranza, how he like a lot of times he just miss,
Mm-hmm.
or he get called off sides or something.
Yeah.
Like he was come oh so close so many times. I don't know. I feel like he's gonna, you know, do better. But yeah, I don't know.
My thing is
I
this.
think I lean towards Gazdag only because he takes a lot of the penalty. He takes the PKs too.
Right.
So
Well, so here's my thought. And I think what's going to end up happening is if they're really clicking, they're going to cancel everybody out. People are
that's
going to
why I'm
say,
like, I don't know.
yeah, I know everybody's saying, ooh, because, how good he was last year. And look, yes, we all know he was one of my favorite players, if not my favorite player. Um, I still am going with Gaj Dog just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit. Like, I think I have it like 18, 16, and
Mm-hmm.
15, something like that. But I think it's gonna be like Gazdag, Uwa Carranza, and then like maybe Torres goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get some of this depth in there. And like Bedoy, maybe McGlynn, maybe
Hot
some.
take, Jose Martinez, he's gonna have a goal.
There we go. Well, we're gonna get to hot takes in a
Yeah.
second. So who is who do you think your most improved is gonna be?
Most improved. Um, Gosh, I feel like Leon Flock is going to like he could actually really break out here. He like did really well last season. And
Historically, he improves every year.
yeah, like I feel, he's on that upward trajectory.
No. I think McGlynn could
Mm-hmm.
really get going. I think
Yeah.
Torres could maybe even find his own. And, who knows? Some of these games he might find his way. We watched that video yesterday. Somebody was talking about 210s. I hear
Mm-hmm.
210s a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. I mean, we have options. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Here's my hot take. And I think it was Ricky said, that's not really a hot take. Jim said it too. And I'm like, my hot take is Olivier Mbazo. And the
Yeah.
reason I'm going to say this is right now, no, he is not, because I guess not this year, but last year I said I projected Olivier Mbazo on the free kick to be a top 5 back. That did not happen. That was, that was a bad take. I think he got his confidence back. He
Mm-hmm.
got his ass back. If he improves his defense, and that's only if, because Harold's going to be on his feet the entire
Yep.
year, he might enter the conversation. That's only if he improves his defense, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping he does. I know it's not his strength, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping he does. If not, then yeah, this is just going to be another bad take on my part. Um, Number of Blake clean sheets.
Ooh. I think he's gonna have a whole bunch. I don't know. I don't know what number I'd want to put on it, but
Double digits.
double digits.
I have him at 11. I have him at 11. Number of red cards, and who will that be? Not that we have.
If I'm a betting person, Jose Martinez.
What we got the over under on 2.
I'm hoping not though, because I don't
I
want to
don't want. I
like
don't
have
want.
him miss
Yeah,
a game
we
either.
can't miss him a game,
No,
but
hopefully that will not happen. But
we were one of the few. I think we had one. Well, anyway, yeah,
I
we
mean,
were
we
just.
get plenty of yellow cards, but then
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about like just straight
yeah,
up reds. Maybe Jose gets his one on like he loses his cool, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
yeah, hopefully not.
but honestly, his how he gets fired and everything. It's one reason why we love him. It's
Yes.
why he's fitting in Philly so well.
What stadium food are you looking forward to the most?
Um, well, I know what stadium food
Our buddy
friend Todd Albert's looking forward to.
donuts.
Donuts. Oh, gotta get those donuts.
I always love it. I'll be sitting there at the session like, get a call. What? Get donuts.
But I don't get food at the stadium that much
No.
because I just have food at the tailgate, and shout out to the SOB tailgate.
Yeah.
When I do get food inside, it's not gonna be the pizza cones. Okay.
No.
Don't waste your money. I mean, crab fries are always good. Once in a while I get those. That southern food's pretty good.
That's what I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
most, getting some of that.
Do we know of any new stuff they're gonna have?
I did not see, but I'm
Yeah.
sure on our first
I know,
time.
like with the Phillies, they always say, "Oh, here's what the new stuff is,"
Yeah.
and that's always cool. I be
I don't
interested
know.
if they have anything. I guess we'll find out.
We will find out. What game are you looking most forward to?
Probably Colorado because we're going all the way out
I
there.
am looking forward to Colorado. If for me, I'm really looking forward to LAFC because I think that place is gonna be
Oh,
packed.
that yeah. Too bad Gareth Bale had to go in to retire from
Yeah, he's playing golf.
He's playing golf.
Working on his swing.
Because we would yeah, we'd have some fun with that. But no, I think when we play LAFC, that's going to be rocking at the Sub.
Right. Does anybody in the Eastern Conference worry you?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, like, I don't know. I honestly, I think the Western Conference
Yeah.
may be more, but
Well,
not saying like we don't have good teams in the Eastern Conference because we do.
I
So I
think
think, Nashville is going to be
Nashville always plays us tough. Cincinnati.
Cincinnati when they might.
I think Cincinnati worries me just because, like I said after that win, okay, we are good now. We broke kind of how we can do it, but Cincinnati, Toronto, if Bob Bradley can actually, because he did it for 1 year with LAFC, if he can get him on a roll and get him everybody clicking and can put all the egos aside, they could be dangerous maybe because I could see them like losing 3-1 and then next game win 5-0. I mean, they're that kind of team. But honestly, no. I mean, I would say Cincinnati probably, then
Union
Nashville,
Junior.
then Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah.
So last topic, I'm just gonna go through my conference standings. So I'm probably gonna get butchered for this. I just did Eastern Conference. For the Western Conference, I had LAFC, Seattle, and then KC, possibly Portland. Those are 3 teams I'm looking at. But for the Eastern Conference, from the bottom, Chicago, I just don't know what their thing is. Montreal, I love their coach that they got in. I know our buddy Todd Lewis is a big fan of Hernan, but they emptied the cupboard. You know, they got a couple players, but that cupboard's pretty empty. So we'll see how that goes. Then DC, although DC kind of keeps getting rid of players. Like they just announced today, Robert Morrison's ineligible. So you might want to flip that. Then I kind of go Charlotte, Miami. Like they're 1A, 1B. Like they got some players, but I don't know if it's enough. New England and then Atlanta are kind of there too. Like right above them, I have like New England, Atlanta. Like Atlanta's got healthy and they got some talent, but can they play as a team? And New England, they have really good players, and then they have some players that, you know, where are they? I mean, I can see New England from that whole group there maybe being the surprise. Then Columbus, then New York Red Bull. Nashville I have next only because they're really good. But if it's just the Hani show and their defense isn't what it was, and then they could be in trouble. My surprise is, and I'm banking on Bob Bradley gets them together, is Toronto. I think Orlando could be a lot higher at 4th. You know, I have them at 4th. They're going to be really talented, but they got a lot of new players, a lot of young, talented players coming in. It's going to take a while for them to gel. They got the same schedules we pretty much got. Yeah. Because they won the U.S. Cup. I could see them being 4th, but if they get knocked out early, I could see them being up. Then I have us at 54. And the only reason I have us at 54 is because of all these tournaments. If we were in no tournament mode, I think we win East. Then, and this is where the controversial one is, and you see what's there, NYCFC. And here is why I say NYCFC. Number one, they got big pockets. Yes, they lost Maxey. Yes, Sean Johnson went over. Matt Freese came there, but they got players. They got bench. They got depth. They don't have that early tournament. I could see them. Here's the thing with them. If they click, they're going to be tough. If they don't, I also predict that they could be the biggest bust out of that 4, where they fall off and maybe not even make the playoffs.
And let's hope.
And then number 1, I have Cincinnati. Again, why? Pat Noonan. That front 3 is arguably, I think we're better, but they're good. They had some pieces. You know, they got a year under that system, and they don't have CCL. So they just got to focus on league and something like U.S. Cup and leagues. Yeah. I think that's a prescription for success. So those are our predictions. And yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
Call me the Michael Barkan of the podcaster. We're in it all, baby. We're winning it all. No.
All right. I love that. I love that.
I'm being a homer.
So anyway, yes, but in a good way. So
yes, this is why we love him. I hear he's getting like some crap for like basically saying BS live on the air, you know. Yeah. We love him for it though.
Yeah,
we all feel the same way. I don't have a
problem with Barkamp. He's fun.
Yeah.
So we got a match on Saturday. Union play Columbus. Yep. Jim Curtin versus Wilfred Nancy again. I'm big. Outside of Jim, probably the second best coach in the league, in my opinion. Sorry, LAFC, but no. um, I think this is going to be a good matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a fun, interesting day. You got Zelryon and Cucho, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
two of their stars. They got Darlington Nagbe, who's a veteran, you know, just
Mm-hmm.
one of the best. But they don't have probably arguably, I know some say he's a top three keeper. I say he's a top five keeper in that room. He's out.
Never
So,
forget that own goal last year.
well, besides
We
that,
had a great view of that.
but I mean, outside of that, you know, both of these teams drawed. And I asked Jim this. You
Yeah.
heard the comment on the presser the other day. I mean, I think I saw a stat was like the last five games have somebody's like we've shut him out. And I said to Jim, I said eight out of the last 10 historically have been shutouts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and when I look, I mean, the home team has always been the better team in this series historically.
Mm-hmm.
So I say that all to say, you know, do I expect a shutout? Probably not. Especially with Kucho and Zelryan.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna get going. Since I mean Columbus's defense, they've lost a lot. So, you know, if we're clicking, it could be a high scoring one of those early season 3-2, 3-5. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, okay. Here's what I think. I think the guys are going to come out really hungry to just, you know, have a great game
Oh, absolutely.
after considering, how we left last season.
Right.
Okay. They want to get off to a great start. The fans are going to want to get off to a great start. I think we're going to have great energy.
Oh, I think so too.
Absolutely. And as yeah, I think it's going to be just a great atmosphere. Absolutely. As we freeze our butts off, probably. But we won't care because we're going to be so hyped. Okay. But yeah, honestly, I think they're going to, really bring it.
I do too.
They are not satisfied, and they are very determined to, get even further this year, I think. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to a great game. I think it's
Do you
going to
think
be
it's going to be a
aggressive.
shutout?
I don't know if it'll be a shutout, but
Do you
yeah.
think Jim will blame me again if
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was funny. It's like, yeah, Jim. He's like, thanks for jinxing us.
Yeah, during the media, interview. Yeah,
But he brought up a lot of good
he
points on
did.
that conversation about it. You know, it's the defense first, and it is. So
Mm-hmm.
my thought is, if we can control their attack, which
Yeah.
Nancy is one of the best at last 2 years of breaking, one of the best at breaking that. If we can figure that out and keep them limited, I think I could actually see a big one, but I just don't know early on.
Hot take: we're gonna score in the first 5 minutes.
If we do, that place is going to go nuts, and that's honestly what we need to score in that.
I would love to see
I'm
that.
going to go back
Come on,
when I
guys,
say
do it.
like we need to score in that first 20.
Yeah, we do. I do want to see a score
I
early.
think we need to get out and just build on that energy. So, what are you looking most forward to on Saturday?
I am looking forward to be back in the River End amongst all of our awesome people. 136, what's up? And just feeling that energy again. Because honestly, the last Union game we were at, we were at the MLS Cup in LA, and we left very down. And I am really just excited to be hyped up and excited again.
Same. I mean, I'm looking forward to the
Yeah.
energy, the electricity,
Yeah.
seeing faces again, getting this party started. I mean, it's gonna be an awesome year.
Mm-hmm.
I know on my predictions here I've been a little conservative, but I do think the ceiling is much greater than it's ever been, and it's going to be an exciting year. Two more topics for everybody, and the first one is for everybody. Just a quick plug. This real quick. Why do people need to go to the tailgate?
It is a great value. I mean, first of all, we've just met people there too and gotten to talk with people, and that's been great. But also, I mean, really for what you pay to go, even if you're not, Sons of Ben member, what you pay, like, you're going to pay $20, you'll pay that easily, like way more than that for like food and drinks inside. Okay.
Right.
So it's a really good value, good food and drinks. And like I said, good people to be around. So
Yeah.
it's a great way to, get hyped up for the game. I mean, how many times have we been at the tailgate and like just that buildup of, we're just getting so hyped. I probably the biggest one was the Eastern Conference final. Just, oh my
Yeah, that was
goodness.
that
And
was
we were
awesome.
there, from the beginning of it. And it's just a great way to really, get pumped for the game.
So again, you can go on their website, and they have tickets available.
Mm-hmm.
But again, folks, this is open to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a Union fan, I've even seen other
There's
supporters from other
people,
teams. It's
yeah,
open to anybody can
yeah.
go. This is a great opportunity if you're new, even if you don't sit in the river end, to get out, meet new people. Everybody is there, making
Mm-hmm.
everybody feel welcome, and just have a great time. We'll be there and checking out, and we'd love to meet you
Yeah.
too.
Come say hi.
Come say hi, and I'll probably be like, here, take a sticker.
Hey, we got stickers. See
We
us for
got stickers,
stickers.
but no. Seriously, come say hi. We'd like to talk to you. We'd love to hear your Union story. And
Mm-hmm.
that's really why we started this podcast. We wanted to hear other people's stories because the Union means so much to us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we felt compelled to do
Yeah.
this. Um, is that. And
Mm-hmm.
so transitioning to the last thing, just our plans this year. We are probably going to try weekly. I mean, when we have like 2-3 games a week, it might be hard, but we're going to try to do a pre-match, post-match, do some
Mm-hmm.
fun comments, maybe
Yeah.
do some interviews, maybe we'll have a couple players on, um, hopefully, or at least other, fans,
Mm-hmm.
learn their Union story. Got a couple people in mind. And, just do your fashion segment, just some fun stuff. There's a couple other
Mm-hmm.
things I'm not going to give away yet. Um, but we're going to have some fun this year. So come along for the journey. Also, you can find my um, blog writings on thefreekick.net. I'm going to be doing those. I'm probably at least 1 or 2 a month, maybe more, depending on our time. So, and we're just going to be active with you guys. We
Mm-hmm.
want to kind of get to know everybody and just have a great time. So, in closing, let's have a great year.
Yes.
Let's enjoy the ride. All right. Remember how last year felt. Not the end of the MLS Cup. Let's think
Mm-hmm.
about right when that goal from
The
Elliot went
journey.
in. Yeah, the journey, the excitement, the all year, the draws.
It's how, I felt about, the other sports too. It's like, when it ends, especially when it's a letdown at the end, that hurts. And that feeling lasts a while. But then when you can step back and look back, hey, that whole season though, look at the process, and
Yeah,
all the special
and,
moments that
and
we had. Like we're proud of that team,
well, absolutely.
you know.
So remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And then remember how this team fed off of us in the Eastern Conference Final when we went down 1-0.
Mm-hmm.
That energy.
Yeah.
Take that to every single game.
Yeah. Like if we get scored on, no, we get louder. Okay.
Yes.
That helps them so much.
And remember what you need. But most importantly, every game, bring it. Every game, chant, scream. If you're sitting not in the river end, scream, yell, be loud, have fun, and just enjoy this ride because, hey, it'll be over eventually, hopefully in December, but enjoy. So until next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian.
See you around.